So this week I've been talking about Maternal Mental Health Week, and I've focused on the outcomes of traumatic birth experiences. And I'll tell you, this has been a healing process in and of itself just to talk about this. But as you know, I've expressed to many of you that it's been 10 months since I had Prince, and the healing is still happening. And I've had an opportunity to come into contact with amazing health practitioners of holistic medicine that are really doing good work. And when I think about some things I could have done differently in the birthing space, because I did a lot of things differently to keep me healthy throughout maternity. But if I were to narrow down two things right now, it would have been the way that I induced. I use Pitocin. That's really common protocol for a lot of birth practitioners that are wanting to force labor on a mother. And it really is exactly how it sounds. Pitocin is a very strong chemical. And what it does is it intensifies the birthing experience, the contractions. And if you think about how contractions work, they're like the churning and squeezing to get the baby out, okay? But when you use a chemical in that process, it actually intensifies it. And that's what starts the trauma. It creates this vicious cycle of contractions, and then people get epidurals, and then the contractions start again. And so it's just crazy. And over the course of the last 10 months, I've learned that I could have just gone to an acupuncturist who is specialized in induction and pregnancy, maternity, labor, and done that in a very natural way. So that's like one thing that comes to mind. Another thing is, like, how about not have the induction at all anyway? They put a lot of fear into me. They told me that if we don't do this now, you may not be able to walk. Now, hindsight, they're right. I didn't walk for like 5 or 6 months. But that was not the end all. I've actually met some amazing physical therapists since this entire experience, and learned that I could have actually worked with a physical therapist up until the date of my labor and delivery, had the therapist there, and then continue to work with her afterwards. And then I would have had a much more natural experience, as well as a less traumatic experience. So I've got a lot in my caption below. I hope these tidbits have been helpful for you for today and for the entire week so far. I'm not stopping. I've got a lot more to share with you. And then we'll be moving on to some really exciting topics in the weeks to come. All right, stay tuned.